we're back here in the Anderson Live studio with really a web exclusive. We've been talking politics this day after the election, and we've got some ladies here who are the official electionistas for 17 magazine. Come on, stand up and tell me what you've been doing. You're Chelsea.
That's right.
And come on up, you're Mackenzie. Yeah. And your job as electionistas is to really give kind of a voice to the young women of America and what they care about. How did you feel about the outcome of the election, Chelsea?
Well, I was a Mitt Romney supporter, so last night was definitely a different night for me. Wanted a different outcome, however, as it has been said throughout the media, what it comes down to now is that we're all Americans. There are many, many different issues that are plaguing our country, so it's what is going to be the route to get us to have solutions that are viable for both sides. When
you're a blogger, you hear from all the people who read what you write. What are your people telling you they want to see the president and the Congress do next?
Well, for my people, as a conservative Republican, there was a lot about repealing Obamacare, but as we know, that's no longer an option. So I think that what is next is looking at ways where we can continue to improve our health care system with Obamacare in place, where it's going to actually improve the quality and maintain costs for everyone.
And Mackenzie, you blog on the other side of the political aisle. Are you hearing the same thing, though, that health care is what young women are really worried about right now?
Yes. Everyone seems to be very concerned with healthcare, especially access to birth control. Birth control can be really expensive. $50 a month on a college budget, that's
But
not
some people
easy.
say you don't need to be doing it.
Well,
I'm sorry.
People forget birth control is used for a lot of other things other than birth control. There's a lot of different conditions that require birth control as treatment. And as we sexualize birth control, we really keep those women out of the picture, and that's really unacceptable to them because they need it as a health condition.
I know another thing. I want to thank you, ladies. I know another thing that people, and young people in particular, care about, and that is jobs. And I know you're in college. Stand up and tell me what's going on.
I'm actually in high school.
Oh, my God. You're so grown up, but you're worried about the future.
Yeah, I'm the chairman of the High School Democrats of America, so I run a nationwide organization. And one of the biggest issues that we were concerned about leading up to November and to yesterday night was how is the choice that we make this November going to affect us come a few years. So I think from our standpoint, we chose the right candidate who has a solid plan to keep our economy growing, keep us on the right track, value our education, make it more affordable and more accessible, so that way we can compete with other countries that have great education systems.
Do you worry about paying for student loans after you get through college?
I mean, it's definitely a concern, I think, for everyone going to college now, but, we have a president who fought to, against doubling those rates. Whereas on the other side of the aisle, there was a strict movement to double those rates. So that's a really big issue, I think, for a lot of young people and a huge voting bloc that's going to be entering our next election, especially the midterms coming up in 2 years.
So everybody who's thinking about being a candidate 4 years from now, think about that. The other thing that a lot of folks are worried about is moms, worrying about how they're going to take care of their families. And I know, Wendy, you're one of the mommy bloggers who comes and visits us regularly here on Anderson Live. Are you happy with the way things turned out? And more importantly, is the table set properly to move America forward in the future?
Well, I personally don't feel that Obama has fulfilled his promise for hope and change. I'm one of the few here in the studio that voted for love of country, and I feel that the economy and jobs is a huge issue. We lost our house in 2006. We were the first wave in the foreclosure crisis.
Wow.
And I feel that that issue wasn't even brought up in the elections, and I feel like we're forgotten about.
Do you think the Congress gets it? Because those kinds of financial issues originate in the Congress. Do you think the guys and gals in the House of Representatives understand the struggle of families like yours?
No, I don't, because I don't feel like enough is done. I know that there was things done for people that lost their house between a certain amount of time, but we didn't qualify. I also lost my job in 2008. My husband was forced to get a second job to support our 3 children. So here we are 6 years later, we're living paycheck to paycheck, and we'd like to be homeowners again someday and live the American dream, but I just feel like that hope and change needs to happen.
Change has got to be quicker, and the hope has got to be realized. Well, good luck to you, and thank you so much for being here. And that really is sort of a view on what people are thinking here in the studio. Thanks so much for watching this Web Extra.